What's up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy, the Ultimate B-Man, and I'm here to do once again another video response to a certain person that I, in my opinion, think is probably one of the great fighting game community guys, Maximilian, also known as Miles 923. Sorry. I was sitting at work, and I look on my phone, and I was looking for just something to look at, and I clicked on YouTube, and right on the front of the page said something about Maximilian killing the FGC, and I was like, killing the FGC? How is he killing the FGC? And I looked at the video, and from what I saw, and he talked about this in his last video, where he saw a comment, somebody sent him a message, and apparently this guy had a huge problem with the way that Maximilian did his thing, the way he does his YouTube videos, the way he informs people about fighting games. Apparently upset this guy, pretty much got this guy really riled up a little bit, because apparently like the first sentence of it, he just pretty much just goes on a complete rage mode about how Max is pretty much just screwing up the fighting game community by bringing in what apparently, which this is new to me, this is a new word to me, scrubs, or basically aka noobs to the fighting game community. And apparently this guy and many others behind him are apparently upset that there are new people who either don't know how to play the games or have played the games and just aren't that good at it. And apparently I don't know if it upset Max, but it kind of put him on a standstill. Apparently got to him a little bit here and there, and whether anybody, a lot of people look at this video that I'm making here, this video is directed to him and to answer his question, because he said pretty much put it in the comments and whatnot, but I'm not the type of guy. Sometimes I would comment, just type in a couple of words, but something like this I don't think needs just comments. I think it needs like actual video stuff. And sometimes and I think, and what many others think, is that I think YouTube needs to be more video stuff, people going back and forth on video responses and stuff like that, rather than just typing a couple of words here and there, some paragraphs, and then just leaving it alone. So what I'm basically here to just talk about, my opinion on the fighting game community, on the whole thing, period. Because to be brutally honest, when I was a kid, I never ever heard nor knew about a fighting game community. Never knew anything about it. Back in the day, you went to the arcade machines and you played a game of Street Fighter. You played Tekken 3 or something like that, and you played these games. You just stuck in your quarter. You're playing Marvel vs. Capcom, or Marvel superheroes for all that matter, and you're playing these games, and that's all you were doing. And then sometimes somebody would come up, stuck in a quarter, and challenge you to a fight, and just take you on. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that's pretty much the way things went in the arcade scene for me. There are a lot of things to a fighting game. I love fighting games. I tend to think fighting games are probably better than most shooting games out there, than most RPGs or platformers. Sometimes I don't think they outdo all all shooting games and whatnot, and platformers and whatnot. Because I'm a guy who still plays Super Mario, or will occasionally pop in Halo or Gears of War, and will play that and enjoy it. But I think, to me, fighting games is where I can actually grab this character who can do all these crazy moves and stuff, because I love martial arts. I love kung fu movies and stuff like that. And when I play fighting games, it reminds me of kung fu movies and stuff like that. And fighting games are just, to me, are really, really those types of games that really stack up to the top. And not a lot of people really notice it. And where I'm getting at is that I don't know what it is that necessarily, I don't know what it is, how it is that you're supposed to be accepted into the fighting game community. I don't know what it is that you have to do, because like I said, in the arcades back in the day when I was playing them and whatnot on a daily basis, somebody just came up and just challenged you to a match. And sometimes it would be a group of people. I mean, I remember one time when it was just, I was walking by and I just saw all these more older guys than me, a little bit older than me, and it was just a group of them just playing Street Fighter, and they were just going crazy over this game, and they did not stop, and they wouldn't stop, and one would lose, one would go on a winning streak, and and I was a guy who wanted to be in that, and I did eventually go over there and challenge one of them, and I did get beat, and I was willing to accept my defeat, and I kept on watching. I lost my quarter that day, but I enjoyed challenging this dude who clearly is the king of Street Fighter. But that didn't stop me from not loving them, and it didn't stop me from not playing them, and I don't think it ever will stop me from doing it. To me, I think the fighting game community right now is as good as it's maybe gonna get, but I would like to see it get bigger. And it's kind of nice that there's guys like Maximilian out there who are trying to get people into the fighting game scene and trying to get them to liking the game. Whether it's Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or whatnot, it really doesn't matter what it is. And he's one of those few guys out there that's willing to put his time into making and editing these videos and stuff like that, and I enjoy them. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with them at all. I think they're a little bit informative here and there. I really do. I don't think there's nothing really wrong. The guy that sent him that message apparently just didn't seem to really like the way he was coaching some of these new players, some of these scrubs and whatnot, some of these noobs. I tend to hate guys like that. I really don't like guys like that. I can't, and that's what, at times, guys like that is what turns me away from playing online sometimes. Because to me, back in the day, I played fighting games with friends. Back when online wasn't even thought of yet. We played games like Mortal Kombat, Super Smash Brothers, and stuff like that. We played them and just played them with friends and whatnot. Somebody call it, hey, playing Smash Brothers, we got this big tournament, you want to play? Yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? And whether you knew how to play that game or not, you had fun doing it. But then there's guys out there who are just the elites, the top dogs. It goes from, noobs to these novice to the hardcore to the elites. And then there's above the elites, there's these critical gamers. These guys are guys who go to Evo and win it, or at least place somewhere, whether it's 4th, 5th. They're on the list. And, you know, I see these guys and I'm like, I should be one of them dudes. You know, I play these games just like they do. I mean, what they got that I don't? You know, because, you know, from what I've seen, I didn't get really into the fighting game community until the internet started buzzing around, and where people started putting up forums and blogs and all sorts of stuff, and then YouTube come out with videos and stuff like that. And then that's when I started seeing that there were people like me who were loving these games and were just destroying them. And, you know, that was like me. I was wanting to do that. But yeah, those guys, that guy who sent him that message, I mean, I had too many experiences as of recently where I was running into guys who were just way out of my league. I mean, just not even nowhere near me. I mean, like, for example, I was playing Soul Calibur one day. I was playing online, Soul Calibur 5, and I was playing online in a local lobby. And this dude just randomly shows up, and, you know, I'm in a match against him. I know how to play the game to a point, and to where I can actually do some good damage and whatnot. But eventually this dude just whopped me. He completely whopped me. He just wouldn't let me do a single thing. And all I could hear when I had my headphones on, I could hear him. And there was people who were trying to defend me, you know, because I was like, this dude is not even letting me do anything at all. He's not even letting me defend or even try to attack or nothing. And he's like, why don't you try blocking? And I was like, I did. And, you know, there are things in a lot of games that where they're broken, and there's certain things that, you know, this is during the time when Soul Calibur 5 didn't have its patches and whatnot, but there were, you know, in every fighting game I've played, there's always like this little cheap little system to where somebody can easily get a one-hit kill in the match. And it was that guy right there, and he just kept going on. It was like he must be just a guy who just doesn't know how to play. And I was like, I know how to play the game. That's just not how I play it. Sorry to some of you elite critical players out there, that guys like me that you call noobs or scrubs or wherever the hell you call us, can't quite play the games like you want us to play them. Sorry, we're just not part of your group of elites and your hierarchs and whatnot. I'm sorry. But it's always nice to have somebody who is up there of the elites and can actually look at somebody who can actually really play a game and actually be like, you want some help? I can help you out. And that's where Max comes in. You know, I have to say he's great. Max, you're a good dude. You're a good dude. Yeah, I mean, you're just great. You know, I kind of felt a little bad because, you know, from what I saw in the video, he looked a little down about it. He looked like he was just like devastated by that comment or something like that. I don't know what it was, but, you know, I felt kind of upset, and I don't want to thrash on the guy or beat him up. I didn't even look at his name. If he did put it up there, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just looking at the comment itself, and the comment necessarily doesn't need to have a discussion about. We don't need to go back and forth on it or whether he was right or wrong, because in my opinion, I don't think Max is doing anything wrong. He's just doing what he does best and what he knows and what he feels is right. I mean, he's getting people into the fighting community. He's getting people to like these fighting games, and he's actually getting people to pick up Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You know, picking up a couple of fighting games like King of Fighters and stuff like that, or Skullgirls. He's getting guys to pick these games up and play them, and it's nice to hear that. I'm one of those guys who actually was like, one time, I put up a video about Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I had my comments about it, and I thought it just wasn't that great of a game. I didn't think it was awesome or nothing like that. But now, at this point, right now, and I said that like last year when Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was coming out and whatnot, And I said that, and now I kind of regret saying that after seeing some of Maximilian's videos. I was kind of like, this game actually looks like a pretty good, fun fighting game to actually play. You know, just to have fun with. And kind of regret that, because now that game is completely sold out everywhere because I can't find it nowhere, period. But I will find you, trust me. But you know, and it's just that type of stuff, that type of thing that he did. You know, the stuff he does, the skits, the Ultimate Warrior, the Online Warrior, excuse me, the Online Warrior, and everything that he does, the little scripts with Doom and the finger lasers. I love it. It's great. It's hilarious. It's funny. And it's very informative. It tells you, he pretty much just goes down the list on how good this character is, or how bad he or she is, and what they can do and what they can't do, and stuff like that. I love that. I need that. Sometimes I wish my fighting games would have that, to where somebody could explain that shit to me. Because sometimes when you play a game like Soul Calibur 5, the tutorial or the training was terrible. It's terrible. It's not great at all. Got all these numbers and all these little... Sure, you could sit here and press the button, and sure, I know what PK, I know what medium, light, I know what all that is, but that does not help me at all. I need more. I need something to really get me going. Between Soul Calibur 5 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken's tutorial mode, I think Street Fighter Cross Tekken had a better tutorial mode than Soul Calibur 5 did. Because hell, as much as I don't really like Dan, at least he was able to actually kind of explain it, how to do it, and you know, if I didn't do it right, I just didn't do it right. And same thing with Skullgirls. I mean, I played the tutorial on that one, and I actually did pretty damn good. I actually cleared the entire tutorial thing, and it actually was like thumbs up. So I actually had a good time doing it. But if I had a tutorial mode to where it was a guy like Maximilian that was going to explain to me how to really play this game, I think I'd play it a whole lot more, and I think I'd be a whole lot more better than I normally am. Now, I'm not great at all the fighting games. I mean, I'm now doing my own little set of videos, the fighting arcade that I got going on my page right now. If you look at them and whatnot, you'll see the Ultimate Fighting Arcade, to where I just play a bunch of fighting games I got in my collection. No matter what it is, I'll play it. And whether I'm good or bad at it, I just play it and have fun. And I think what the fighting community is now having a problem with is that nobody wants to have fun no more. Nobody just doesn't want to just play a game and just have fun with friends and stuff like that. Everybody wants to be competitive. Everybody wants to be, if you're not an elite, or if you're not part, if you can't do a rising dragon with a PK combo or whatever, if you can't do it, then you're not part of our group. If you can't do a single medium punch or a kick, or if you can't even shoot a Hadouken, you're not even part of our group. You're out. You're not even part of the fighting game community. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? What kind of shit is that? You know, just squash everybody's little dream. You know, so what? I'm a guy who's willing to defend the noobs and some of those guys. I don't care if they suck. There's no point in putting them down. There's no point in just destroying them and knocking them away. Because to me, I'll tell you a quick little story. There was this fighting game, this X-Men fighting game. I don't know what it was. Fighting X-Men School Academy or something like that. It's a rare X-Men game because I can't find it nowhere. And I was playing it. I was over at my cousin's house, and we played this game. It's like about me and my whole family in this one room. And I was real good at fighting games. I was good at games, period. Out of me and my other two brothers, I was the best out of the three of us. And we were playing this X-Men fighting game, and I was really good at it. I was playing with Cyclops and stuff like that, and Wolverine, and I was tearing them up. But then my little brother comes in, doesn't even know how to play the game, doesn't even know how to do any of the super combos or any of the moves like that. And this dude beats, not me, just me, he beats about 4 to 5 of my other cousins. He went on a complete winning streak that entire night. No one could beat him. He had my aunties and had everybody coming in the room just watching him play that game. Even people who didn't even know how to play the game challenged him to a fight. He beat them. He beat me about 4 to 5 times. Beat me, a guy who was supposed to be the shit in fighting games, supposed to be the greatest. I got beat by my little brother, who I think at the time I was like 12 or 13 or something. He was like 6. I'm willing to admit that I got beat by my little brother in a fighting game that I was dominating in. And I think that's what they're afraid of. I think that's what some of these elite guys or some of the big dude head honchos in the fighting community are afraid of. Afraid of some guys like me that could probably come out of the woodworks and actually maybe beat them. I don't know. But that's one of my biggest experiences in a fighting game. And to me, after looking at that video about Maximilian, I kind of just started remembering all that stuff about what made me like fighting games. And what makes me like them so much is the characters, the special moves, the button presses that it takes to do these moves, the challenge, the fun of having somebody else who is just as good as you on the same level, not somebody who is just way above you that can just knock you off the ranks, not somebody who can just say, you do not need to fight me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think everybody just needs to just play the game. If you really want to get really good at a fighting game, in my opinion, I think the best thing you need to do is just sit down. You don't need to exactly buy yourself an arcade stick or anything like that, but if you think it's going to help you, then buy one, because I bought one and I do really much more better in fighting games with an arcade stick, but I do use a controller like old school style because that's what I grew up on. But just play the game and get really, really good at it. I mean, just stick to one character. If it's a tag game, pick your team, stick with that team. Don't do anything else, and don't let nobody else tell you anything. Don't let nobody tell you you suck or anything like that, because you don't need to listen to them, because you just need to listen to you. That's it. You're the person who needs to just sit down, just mellow them out, get you a whole big cold glass of something to drink it, and get the playing. But before this video goes any longer, but I just wanted to say that because I kind of felt a little bad about it, and I kind of felt a little sad, and at the same time a little angry about what Maximilian, that comment. And I just didn't think it was right, in my opinion. And what I think about the fighting game community now, I think it's as good as it's going to get. I think it eventually will get better, and I think it needs to get bigger. And we need guys like Maximilian to keep us going. And he needs, dude, you just need to just keep doing you. Don't worry about what everybody else say. Because you keep guys like me, you inspire guys like me to get real better. You got me into getting Street Fighter Cross Tekken. You got me into wish I had bought Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. Even after I bombshelled the crap out of it, I eventually just started being like, I should have fucking tried that game in the first damn place and just played it and just would have maybe got a second opinion about it. You're the guy who did that. On top of that, check this out. See this? This is the Street Fighter Cross Tekken title. I made this because of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, because of the big hype of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I created a title belt a title belt. And one day, what I want to do is to have if I could get Max, if I could get you to coach me how to really be good at this game, then please, by all means. Because I want to go to Evo with this thing around my waist and raise it high when I win it. I do. I need guys like that to motivate me. I got friends who tell me just play the game, pick your team, pick your character, and just stick with them. And that's exactly what I do. I train, I do the tutorial no matter how many times I need to do it. I don't care. I mean, you elites out there, you stick to what you do. Don't worry about what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to motivate people into playing the game. Don't push them away from it. You know what I'm saying? And if Maximilian is not doing as good of a job as you think he needs to be doing to do these games, then do your own YouTube channel and maybe do your own tutorial set on how to play these games. You know what I'm saying? Motivate people. Don't, step on them. But my basic thing is just keep doing what you're doing now, Max. Don't stop. Don't let nobody knock you down or whatever. But just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I enjoy the Online Warrior, and I enjoy the Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and I enjoy all the other fighting games and games that you play. It's very entertaining and very informative, and it tells me a lot on what characters to pick and what characters not to pick. And it helps me out, and I get better at it. And as you can tell, just huge fighting game fan, and I love the games, and I will never stop. I'm not gonna stop until I'm the best that there is, till I'm the guy who's up there on the leaderboards, until I'm the guy at Evo raising the trophy. But anyways, this video has gone on too damn long. I'm sorry to anybody that may not enjoy this video, or if you got a comment about it and you may just bash at me, be like, you're just another noob or scrub or whatever. That's fine. I don't care, because this video was intended for one person, and I wanted him to hear it. And from one person to another, you're doing a good job. I enjoy it. I'm the Ultimate B-Man, and I'll see you. Peace.